Last night, without dramatic countdowns or extended teasers, BTS did what few artists in modern music history can do. They stopped the world. In a brief but powerful announcement released through the group's official channels, BTS confirmed what fans across continents had been waiting for. The group is officially preparing for a comeback. The message was concise, the details were minimal, but the impact was immediate and overwhelming. Within minutes, social media platforms erupted, global trending lists filled with a familiar name. Media outlets rushed to confirm and contextualize the announcement. Fan communities that had spent years waiting, theorizing, and hoping suddenly found themselves facing reality. BTS is coming back. And almost instantly, one name dominated the conversation more than any other: Jungkook. While the comeback announcement referenced BTS as a group, public attention gravitated sharply toward Jungkook. This was not accidental, nor was it manufactured hype. It was the natural result of years of artistic evolution, global exposure, and a solo career that reshaped expectations. Jungkook enters this comeback not just as the youngest member of BTS, but as one of the most globally recognized solo artists to emerge from K-pop in recent years. His transition from golden maknae to a full-fledged global pop figure has been documented, analyzed, and celebrated across industries. As soon as the announcement dropped, Jungkook's name surged across search engines, social platforms, and media headlines. Fans were not asking if he would play a major role in the comeback, they were asking how. The timing of the announcement matters. BTS has spent the past few years navigating a complex chapter in their career, balancing individual projects, global recognition, and mandatory military service. During this period, each member expanded their artistic identity independently, but Jungkook's trajectories stood out for its scale and reach. By the time the group announced their comeback, Jungkook had already established himself as a dominant solo force, breaking records and reaching audiences far beyond traditional K-pop boundaries. This context transformed the comeback announcement from a simple group update into a cultural moment. The world was not just witnessing BTS returning, it was witnessing how a globally evolved Jungkook would reintegrate into the group dynamic. One of the most compelling narratives surrounding this comeback is Jungkook's journey back to BTS. His solo era was marked by chart-topping releases, record-breaking streaming numbers, and widespread international acclaim. Songs such as Seven and Standing Next to You introduced Jungkook to listeners who may never have followed BTS closely before. Now, with BTS preparing to return as a group, the question dominating public discourse is clear. How will Jungkook's solo identity shape BTS's new sound and image? Industry observers suggest that Jungkook's experiences could influence everything from musical direction to stage presence. His exposure to Western pop structures, global collaborations, and independent creative control may contribute to a more layered, globally oriented BTS era. The fan reaction to the comeback announcement was immediate and emotional. Within hours, fan-organized projects resurfaced across continents. Hashtags expressing gratitude, anticipation, and pride trended worldwide. Messages celebrating Jungkook's growth while welcoming his return to BTS flooded online platforms. For many fans, this comeback symbolizes reunion, not just of the group, but of different chapters of Jungkook's life as an artist. The excitement is not rooted solely in nostalgia, but in curiosity about what comes next. Fans are not expecting a return to the past, they are expecting evolution. International media coverage following the announcement has consistently highlighted Jungkook's position within the group. Articles describe him as a bridge between BTS's established identity and their future potential. Commentators emphasize that Jungkook's solo achievements have elevated global expectations for the comeback. Importantly, this coverage remains cautious and factual. No official statements have detailed Jungkook's specific role, creative contributions, or performance focus. Yet, the narrative persists organically. Jungkook is viewed as a central figure in shaping BTS's next chapter. One of the most striking aspects of last night's announcement was what it did not include. There were no confirmed release dates, no album titles, no concept descriptions, no track list hints. This absence of detail has amplified anticipation rather than diminished it. Fans and media alike interpret the restraint as a deliberate choice, allowing the moment itself to resonate before revealing specifics. For Jungkook, this silence has fueled further attention. Every aspect of his past interviews, performances, and artistic statements is being revisited for clues, though none have been officially confirmed.
Over time, Jungkook has come to symbolize transformation within BTS. He represents youth that matured under global scrutiny. He represents experimentation balanced with discipline. He represents continuity and change coexisting. As BTS prepares to return, Jungkook's presence serves as reassurance to fans and industry observers alike. The group is not simply resuming activity, it is evolving. One of the most complex challenges BTS faces in this comeback is balancing individual artistic growth with collective identity. Jungkook's solo career demonstrated his ability to stand alone on the world stage. Returning to BTS requires recalibrating that independence into synergy. Yet, history suggests that BTS thrives on this balance. Each member brings unique strengths, and Jungkook's expanded skill set may enhance rather than overshadow the group dynamic. Music industry analysts predict that BTS's comeback will be one of the most significant events in contemporary pop culture. Jungkook's involvement intensifies these expectations. His solo success has expanded BTS's audience base, attracting listeners who may now explore the group's catalog for the first time. This crossover potential positions the comeback as both a reunion and an introduction. As of now, fans wait. They wait for official schedules, they wait for teasers, they wait for confirmation. But above all, they wait to see Jungkook step back into the BTS formation, not as the artist he once was, but as the artist he has become. The announcement last night did more than confirm a comeback. It opened a new chapter, one defined by growth, anticipation, and renewed unity. And at the heart of this chapter stands Jungkook. With the comeback announcement now officially public, Jungkook finds himself standing at a familiar crossroads, one where global expectations quietly gather around his name. Over the years, Jungkook has been described as a natural performer, a vocalist shaped by instinct as much as training. Yet what makes this moment different is not his talent, but the scale of anticipation attached to it. The world is no longer watching him as a promising youngest member. It is watching him as a proven global artist returning to a group that helped define an era. Industry insiders note that Jungkook's solo success has subtly shifted public perception of BTS's internal dynamics. His return is no longer framed as a continuation, but as an expansion, one that carries the weight of what he has already achieved independently. This weight is not negative, it is powerful, and it is precisely why his presence in this comeback feels so significant. Jungkook's artistic evolution over recent years has been marked by clarity of identity. His solo releases demonstrated a strong understanding of global pop structure, emotional accessibility, and performance-driven storytelling. These qualities align naturally with BTS's broader vision, yet they also introduce new textures into the group's potential soundscape. Observers suggest that Jungkook's musical maturity could influence vocal arrangements, song pacing, and even performance energy in the upcoming comeback, not through dominance, but through refinement. BTS has always thrived on synergy rather than hierarchy. In this sense, Jungkook's evolution does not redefine BTS, it enriches it. The comeback now stands as an opportunity to merge individual growth into collective expression, with Jungkook acting as one of its most visible catalysts. Beyond charts, media coverage, and industry analysis, there is another force shaping this comeback narrative: emotion.
For many fans, Jungkook represents continuity. He debuted young, grew under public scrutiny, and navigated adulthood in the spotlight. Watching him return to BTS after years of individual milestones feels deeply personal for those who followed every step. Fan discussions following the announcement frequently center on gratitude rather than expectation. Gratitude for his perseverance, gratitude for his growth, gratitude for his decision to return fully to the group dynamic. This emotional connection amplifies the impact of the comeback. It transforms Jungkook's return into more than a professional milestone. It becomes a shared experience between artist and audience. One of the defining features of this comeback announcement is restraint. Neither BTS nor their agency has released additional statements clarifying Jungkook's role, creative input, or positioning within the upcoming project. This silence has been intentional, and its effect has been profound. In an era dominated by constant updates, the absence of information has sharpened attention. Fans are listening more closely. Media outlets are choosing their words carefully. Speculation exists, but it remains anchored by respect for official confirmation. For Jungkook, this restraint allows space for the music to speak first. It prevents premature narratives from overshadowing the eventual release, and in doing so, it elevates anticipation rather than exhausting it.